and done, which is highly unusual, of course, for Germany, and it's been an up and down ride, shall we say, since then.
Yeah. They've lacked a definite number 9. It's something that they've always been able to produce. Even tonight with Gnabry up there and Havertz and Thomas Muller in shot there, they'll be in and around him. They don't have that recognised striker that we know has been so prolific in previous tournaments. But what they do have in place of that is a lot of good movement, a lot of athleticism, and again, players willing and wanting to take a chance.
Well, here's Toni Kroos ready to take this free kick. First ball into the French penalty area, and we'll see Hummels getting up, no doubt, for most of the set plays. He is a real threat. It was he who scored the winning goal in the World Cup quarter-final 7 years ago.
He's a big man, and again, if the delivery is right, then he'll go and attack it. But the French team in Varane and in Kimpembe, they have guys that are very competitive.
Talking of players who haven't been involved in international football for a while, Karim Benzema played in both of their warm-up matches, but first time for a long time for him.
I was looking at his record for Real Madrid recently. It's just astonishing. It's an outstanding record. He really does have a fabulous pedigree of playing at the top level and producing goals.
30 goals this season. Only Messi scored more in Spain.
It's just and over a serious period of time as well, Simon. So, you know, fair play to him.
Muller finds Hummels, who looks for Kimmich on the far side. Hummels clearly taking that leadership role among the three at the back.
He's the one that will want to try and dictate things with the ball at his feet a little bit more. Antonio Rudiger here in possession, useful enough, but more than happy just to drop it off and let others go and play, whereas Hummels will step in when he can.
Here's Rudiger, and what a second half to the season he had. He could hardly get a game at Chelsea before Christmas, but by season's end under Thomas Tuchel, he was a key player for them.
Certainly was, and played very consistently. You know, an exceptional defender, Rudiger. And again, when he's at his best, he is a formidable opponent.
If you notice, he's got that facial mask on, just in case anyone hasn't seen that before. He suffered a facial injury in the Champions League semi-final against Real Madrid. Ball just rolled forward by Griezmann. That's Pavard galloping forward in familiar territory. Benjamin Pavard plays his club football on this pitch for Bayern. Top scorer at the European Championship in 2016, Griezmann for France. Gnabry almost nipping the ball there, but Varane nods it out of play.
I think what's interesting early in the game is the two formations, the different shapes of the teams, and which team can gain an advantage because of that.
Muller unable to find a way past N'Golo Kanté. Nothing new about that, most players do. Well, it's been a great 2 or 3 weeks for Kai Havertz, with the only goal in the Champions League final, and celebrated his 22nd birthday last Friday. First yellow card of the match, and Kimmich reluctantly steps back, and this is why he's had the yellow, just clipping, well, it looked like the knee of Lucas
I think he's
Hernandez.
a little unlucky there. I do. I think from the referee's perspective, he will have seen Josh Kimmich's foot raised a little bit too high, but he didn't actually make any contact. He actually withdrew his foot, and it's just a coming together. I think he's a little unfortunate to get a yellow card for that one.
Yeah, that's not great, is it, for Germany? Because he is likely to be tested going backwards by the pace that France have on that left-hand side, particularly if Mbappe is over there, as he is now, going for the return. It's Kylian Mbappe for the first time here at this Euro. Pogba leaves it. Benzema, block made by Kroos. Kanté losing out to Gnabry, and Gundogan with a little 1-2 off the referee's backside. It stays with Germany. And Hummels. Challenged by Pavard.
Chance that there for Gundogan. Had he have just been able to put a little bit more on that little pass with the outside of his foot. Thomas Muller made ground and was in behind Rafa Varane.
Another very productive season for Thomas Muller, for Bayern. He certainly doesn't seem to be slowing down any. 15 goals and setting up 24 others.
And again, another player that consistently, year in, year out, Simon, produces great quality and stats like that to back it up. He's been an outstanding performer, and again, I'm sure, you know, Jogi Löw had the best of intentions when he didn't include Mats Hummels and Thomas Muller, but soon recognised that those players are needed. Those players still deserve a place in any squad.
Yeah, they've settled straight back in, both of them starting both of the warm-up matches ahead of this tournament as France look to venture forward. Hernandez. His advance is brought rapidly to a halt by Ginter. Mbappe sniffing around, but Hummels finds his goalkeeper. 101st cap for Germany tonight for Manuel Neuer. 100th start for his country. Here's Rudiger. Havertz dropping a little deeper. Gosens was looking for Muller. Pogba with a little nudge, and Conte was quick enough to scamper forward initially, but Rudiger able to step in against his club teammate.
Yeah. Important the work that N'Golo Conte always manages to get through. He's just got such an appetite for getting across the ground and covering space and protecting those central defenders that will allow Pogba and Rabiot to be a little bit more productive going forward.
He had to content himself with a place on the bench when France played in the final against Portugal at Euros 2016, but I'm sure he will have been one of the first names on the team sheet of Didier Deschamps this time round. 10 minutes in, Germany have settled quite well, haven't they? They had a reasonable share of the play.
Yes, they have. They've been nice and composed. No real press from the French team yet. They're happy to let Germany have it up to a point. This is where they will start to tighten up and get closer to people, but no real press when Hummels and co have got it at the back.
Well, Gundogan had made the run into the penalty area there for Germany. Here's Pogba getting a little bogged down in the heart of midfield. Conte into Griezmann. Here's Kimpembe. Almost lost control of the ball there for a moment.
Little lucky, overrun it a bit, didn't he?
Lovely little dink there from Griezmann. Hernandez, as ever, looking to get forward, but wisely, I think, leaving it to Mbappe on this occasion. Poor pass from Griezmann, which almost put his team under a little bit of pressure. Havertz unable to collect on the far side. That
will be a key feature of the game tonight, Simon. How Germany keep tabs on Kylian Mbappe. How deep they play, how much they let him have the ball in front of them. They'll feel comfortable there. And then when he does look to threaten in behind with a run, how many are covering, how many are looking for that and recognising that very quickly. Mbappe is so fast that if you don't see it in a split second, he's gone and there is no catching him. He's not coming back.
Varane leaves it. This is Adrien Rabiot spreading the play to Hernandez, who was one of the stars really for France when they won the World Cup. Has continued collecting trophies ever since with Bayern, including yet another Bundesliga crown at the end of the current season. Pavard, now Varane.
I think you can see both teams, the respect from both nations here. Again, no real German press either when France have the ball. And likewise, they will just want to get that little tighter, like Toni Kroos did there, as soon as they start to drive forward.
Nicely worked out by Kroos into Havertz, who was just a little ponderous in possession. Certainly enough for the French midfield to swarm around and regain possession. Beautifully controlled by Benzema.
Fabulous touch.
Mbappe. Real menace about France if they're able to get anywhere near Manuel Neuer's goal. Mbappe hitting the deck quickly there, blocked off by Toni Kroos, but Germany can't get it away. Benzema. Here's Hernandez, and Kimmich able to step in. Griezmann tries to win it back for France. Here's Kimpembe. Just a hint of the game warming up a little here.
Yeah, lots of mistakes actually. Players in possession. Havertz caught a couple of times. Thomas Muller as well.
Here's Ginter now for Germany, the Borussia Mönchengladbach player. Kroos into Havertz, forward by Gosens. Flag will be up on the far side against Thomas Muller. Rabiot quick to recycle the ball and get the game moving once again for France.
Again, that mentality, Simon, first game, it's always so important. And despite a victory, the obvious confidence booster that will give both of these countries should they win it, it really is in a particularly tough group. It's very important you come out of that first game without getting beat. So we have to factor that in a little bit. If this was the third game of this particular group, then it might be a very different one. But I think as we go on without a goal, it will get tight.
This looks promising. Conte fell kindly for him. Pavard! It's behind off Ginter's boot for a corner.
Good block that from Ginter. Pavard had made good ground down the right side. Nice combination work. Comes back to Conte, and quite rightly, Pavard's just looking to fire that across the 6-yard box. Doesn't quite get the cross. Doesn't quite hit it exactly how he wanted to, and it's comfortably cut out.
Griezmann with the delivery, and the header over the top from Paul Pogba.
Chance, big chance that for Pogba. That's a really good ball in from Antoine Griezmann. It's fast, it's flat. It's a difficult one for Manuel Neuer. He can't come and collect it. It's actually come off Pogba's shoulder a little bit. He was just under pressure, just a tad from Rudiger, and it was enough to put him off. That was a good opportunity, that.
First real sighting of goal for either side there. Gundogan, who's had such an outstanding season with Manchester City in the Premier League. Havertz in, Muller with a little flick looking for Gnabry. Here's Kimmich. Real solidity about the French back line. Benzema unable to control it, and Gundogan's pass didn't have enough on it to find a teammate. Nicely done. Rabiot. Griezmann to his right. Space on the far side for Mbappe. Looks to create an opening and brings a save from Manuel Neuer.
Good solid hands from Manuel Neuer. But again, that's just a little taster of what Kylian Mbappe is all about. On that left side, walking the ball up to Ginter, threatening to go on the outside, then onto his right foot and hits it nice and early. Good stop.
Griezmann again. Kimpembe ending up on the floor inside the penalty area. But nobody else seemed to take any notice, so presumably there was nothing untoward going on. First shot across the bows there from Mbappe.
Yeah, and I think the earlier the French team can get that ball out to him on that side, where he can then start to run at Ginter, back him into the 18-yard box, I think that's when France could really be in business. But in order to do that, they've got to play very swiftly, very quickly through those lines.
Here's Kimmich. Gundogan. Gosens. It was Muller going for it. Rabiot with the acrobatic clearance, and Pogba sending it forward. Even Mbappe couldn't quite get to that one.
That's really good work from Manuel Neuer, who will no doubt be very aware of that Mbappe run and make sure that he's on the edge of his box, and swept up perfectly there.
Gnabry finding Gosens. Interception made by Pavard. France with just one defeat in their last 20 internationals. They've won 16 of them. That was in a friendly against Finland last November. They've been very impressive, even since winning the World Championship, the World Cup in Russia.
I think that Didier Deschamps as well has a lovely balance to the team, and players are all playing in positions they're very familiar with, they're comfortable with, and that they can excel in. So if you have good players and they're comfortable with what you're asking them to do, then you have a very good chance, and that's exactly what he has with this French team.
Pavard's looking for Pogba. He's not being given an inch, but it mattered not, because the ball is at his feet once more. And here comes Hernandez in towards Mbappe, and it ends up in the back of Germany's net. Hummels looks to the sky in frustration. France have the early lead in Munich.
Well, that's a big moment in this game. And Mats Hummels may consider himself a little unlucky, but don't discount the quality from Paul Pogba when it mattered. Germany are a little loose in this throw-in, and Pogba gets the ball and he scoops that over the top of everybody. And watch Hernandez at the back post, and he just flashes it across, and he hits it hard at Mats Hummels, who knows that he's got Mbappe right behind him, and it comes off his shin, and he shanks that one right into the roof of the goal. Manuel Neuer has no chance in keeping that one out, but Hummels there knows he's got to put something on it, otherwise Mbappe scores. And he's unfortunately knocked that one straight in his own goal.
It is a defender's nightmare, both as it happens because you know who's standing right behind you, and then in the moment as you see the ball nestling in the back of your own net. Tournament favourites France ahead against Germany.
Again, and what the German team doesn't have, this German team doesn't have, is that natural sitting defensive-minded midfielder. They've got two very clever architects in Gundogan and Toni Kroos. But when they lose possession, those two guys aren't the best at recognising and spotting that danger very quickly. And once Pogba got the other side of that German midfield, clever pass, and they're one down.
Here comes Gosens. Germany looking to make an immediate response, but good play there by Benzema and winning it back. Griezmann completely surrounded, but finally dispossessed. Muller rolling it into Serge Gnabry. Game on now as Germany look to fire back immediately. Kimmich sends it into the box. Muller stretches to go for it. Gosens lets fly. Pogba is in the way. Good response from Germany that almost results in an equaliser from Thomas Muller.
Unlucky, yeah. Thumbs up from Thomas Muller. He salutes the cross from Gosens. It's just a fraction too high for him. He can't quite get his head on that and snap that on target. Here's Another rerun of the goal.
Well, it's the third own goal of Euro 2020
Yes,
already. There were only
true.
3 in the whole of the last tournament in France.
It's an awkward one. It's pitched up and he's not kind of got his feet set and he's not in the best position there, Mats Hummels. He wasn't probably expecting a delivery like that coming at him. And he just couldn't adjust quick enough. He's a big man and he's unfortunately popped that one past his own goalkeeper. But I think it sets the game up perfectly, Simon. I do. I think that French goal will just ignite the atmosphere a little bit more in the stadium, and that will demand a bit more from the German team.
Pavard with the header on. Muller sending it forward. Havertz chasing. Hernandez gets his head on it. That was a nod down from Gundogan. Gosens. Now Muller. Gnabry creating a little space for himself there. Still going, and he will get the free kick, conceded by N'Golo Kanté.
He was desperately trying to get the shot away there, wasn't he, Gundogan? And then it looked like it might have just got away from him. Just there, there's just a little tangle of the feet. I think it's a good call, that, from the referee.
Gundogan gaining ground rapidly up towards the penalty area before being upended. A free kick within range.
And these are genuine opportunities, Simon. Any free kick in this sort of area, with the quality that Germany possess, must make Hugo Lloris get his hands on this, must make the goalkeeper work.
Kroos and Muller, the 2 players near the ball. Spanish referee. Knock is now happy. Muller will leave it. Kroos will take it. And the wall will do its job.
Yep, that wall was nice and together. They all leapt in the air as Kroos struck that. That's good work.
Pogba with a challenge on Kroos that has left him on the ground. The referee happy for the game to continue. Rudiger. Havertz. He's got Gosens on the near side. Gnabry waits in the middle. This is Rudiger. Gundogan coming short. Lovely ball into Kai Havertz.
Lucky. Had that have dropped onto Kai Havertz's left side, Kimpembe wouldn't have been able to get there and deal with that.
Yeah, Kimpembe was there, ready and waiting to clear. He'll know how Mats Hummels is feeling, because it was a very unfortunate goal off the Paris Saint-Germain defender the last time France conceded. It was a while ago now against Ukraine back in March in a World Cup qualifier, and they've conceded another free kick here. Conceded as...
Yeah, it's just a little clip on Thomas Muller from Paul Pogba. I don't think he can have too many complaints. This one is a little bit straighter and a touch further out. Sometimes that can be an advantage. That little bit further out means you can hit it harder, knowing you can get it down under the crossbar. So even though Hugo Lloris will have a split second more time to react and to deal with it, it does give Toni Kroos a chance to hit it that bit harder.
Now, what can Toni Kroos do with this one? Everyone back for France here. It's Kroos for Germany, and again, no save required.
Now, that's a poor strike. Again, he's probably mindful of the one he hit a few moments ago, that the wall did its job. Yep, and the reaction from the fans there says it all. They're a little bit disappointed with that.
He'll be happy enough so far, won't he, Didier Deschamps?
Yes, he will.
Lloris happy to take his time. It's on off the head of Pogba. Rudiger, real up and under ball there. Cleared away by Kimpembe. Gundogan to the far side and Kimmich. Now Matthias Ginter. Gundogan. Kroos finding Havertz. Gosens on the near side, looks for Muller. And Gnabry sniffing around. It was interesting actually, Andy, there that he played the ball into traffic when on the near side he had a player available.
He did. Gosens was in lots of space. And I think the way that they're playing, Germany, the way they're setting up, you need to get those wing-backs involved.
Well, look at that determination there from Joshua Kimmich.
Yep, and he's furious there, Kimmich. He feels that he was impeded right at the last moment.
Can't be too forceful with his opinions to the referee, having already had his name taken.
Very true. He managed to keep going and he went past Hernandez, and then all of a sudden he's managed to get the bounce of the ball on N'Golo Kante. Did Kimpembe touch it? I didn't see a touch there, but he may feel it came off of Kante, the last touch.
Ginter's header forward, away. Back with Havertz now, almost half an hour in Munich. Own goal from Mats Hummels, separating the two sides. Here he is. Little short ball from Gnabry, not quite coming off. Pogba, caught by Kroos, free kick France. Rabiot. Pavard into Conte. Benzema, quick feet. Good play from Pogba.
Good skill.
France settling down nicely here, helped of course by that goal. Mbappe, Pogba. Griezmann. Hernandez had made the run into the penalty area to no avail on this occasion. Back with Raphael Varane.
That's a waste, that one from Rafa Varane. No need to do that. They don't have to force. They have the lead. They can keep it. If they have to go back to Lloris and reset and start again. See lots of teams doing that nowadays. That's a little bit of a waste there.
Kimmich's throw finds Kai Havertz. Looks to spread the play, but it hasn't worked for him. Pogba almost collecting it for France. Pressure on Rudiger. Can't afford to make a mistake with Benzema and Griezmann hurtling around, sniffing around for anything that drops their way inside the penalty area. Kimmich will keep the ball in play. Away from Lucas Hernandez. Now with Ilkay Gundogan. Oh, he was just trying to pick out Havertz there. Again, it breaks down for Germany. Starting to really open up here half an hour in. Pavard. There's Kimpembe.
I think for Germany, it's just finding those right combinations at the top of the field. I think Havertz and Thomas Muller and Gnabry, slightly to a lesser extent, they've seen enough of the ball, but just haven't been able to link and combine with the same way that the French team have. They look like there's a menace about them at the moment when they get the ball, and Mbappe is able to run at defenders, or Benzema is linking up. Griezmann is floating, he's wandering, he's on the right side, and then all of a sudden he drifts right across the line. They just have a little bit more about them there.
Yeah, it's certainly a fearsome threesome up front with more than adequate support. Pavard challenged there by Gosens. Varane happy to send it all the way back to Hugo Lloris, who hasn't really had very much to do so far.
He hasn't, has he? No. A couple of crosses that have come in. That one Thomas Muller flashing header, that was just a little wide.
Almost lost their way there, but Conte will be a relieved man to have the ball at his feet, and Pogba with some time and space. Hernandez. Little layoff by Benzema. Havertz reclaiming. Gundogan sending it forward. Muller caught by Kimpembe. Germany still in possession though. Referee doing what he can to keep the game flowing as much as possible.
Which is good. That's exactly what you want to see. And I think, and both of these teams, they're more intent on wanting to play, have the ball, make something happen. They're not out to destruct or to destroy it. They want to be creative. They want to get their best players involved in the game. So the referee so far, I think, has allowed it to progress in that fashion.
This is Matthias Ginter via Kimmich. Finds its way back to Kroos. Then Gosens, who often has been in quite a bit of space on the near side for Germany.
Without really getting to the byline yet.
Kroos collects. Tackling back was Griezmann. Good play by Varane, who will get the free kick.
Yeah, did well in the end there, Rafa Varane. He sort of wriggled his way out of a little cul-de-sac surrounded by white shirts, but manages to draw that foul. I do think Gosens has had... Just checking that challenge there, Kimpembe on Thomas Muller. It's a little high, but again, I think only intended to try and win that challenge. Yeah, just coming back to that, Simon, I think Gosens has received the ball quite a lot in that wide left position without really setting up Pavard, trying to get beyond him to get some crosses in the box. Each time he's opted to give it to Kroos, to give it to Gundogan and go backwards. In those wing-back positions, you've got to try and penetrate a little more.
Griezmann, talking of threatening from wide positions, that's exactly what Kylian Mbappe is doing now. Oh, he's an impressive sight at full speed.
Wow, he's unplayable, unstoppable when he has the time to take a first touch, and when he skips past those challenges, as he did there, he looks frightening. He's just a little disappointed with himself that he couldn't find Karim Benzema there.
Just the 42 goals for him, for Paris Saint-Germain this season, Kylian Mbappe. Griezmann's delivery. Hummels and Kimmich both going for that one. Lloris sending it straight down the throat of the defence, but it's a flag going up, and acrobatic goalkeeping there from Manuel Neuer.
He's just trying to get his team back on the front foot. And again, it's difficult. You want to try and respond quickly. Sometimes you have to wait, you have to be patient.
He was talking ahead of the match, Manuel Neuer, making a note of the fact that, the European Championship is the one thing that's missing for him, really. He's played in and lost the last two semi-finals. He's won everything else, including the World Cup.
We just saw there only 6 attempts from both teams at the moment, and that one on target.
Here's Joshua Kimmich. Muller makes the run. Then tracks back. Gosens has it. Will he have a little go at Pavard this time? Gnabry, Gundogan firing it wide. Rare glimpse of goal in the first half for Germany.
Yep, and that's because Gosens immediately received that ball and was just a little bit more positive. Pavard did well to block the cross, but Gnabry keeps it alive and it just pops down for Gundogan, who's under pressure and he can't quite get on top of that and keep that on target. Pogba very mindful of dangling a leg there and maybe bringing him down in the box, so he actually doesn't make a challenge.
No, he did enough though to hurry Gundogan,
Correct.
didn't he?
He did, exactly right. Just the threat of that challenge forces Gundogan to take that shot just a split second sooner, and he loses the accuracy. But that's better from Gosens, more of that.
Here's Hummels. Now Rudiger. Germany just looking for that little bit of creative spark to get them back on level terms against the world champions. Gundogan. Taken by Müller. Rafa Varane is there once more for France. And the French defence has been equal to everything that Germany have sent their way so far. 6 minutes to go to half-time. Here's Toni Kroos. Looking for Kimmich, who's halted by Hernandez. And his Bayern Munich teammate. Very quick to go to ground as a result of their coming together. Having been caught by the right boot of Kimmich.
Yeah, it's a flailing boot. Kimmich is actually falling backwards. And that boot comes up and clatters Hernandez on the side of the face now. I honestly don't believe that there's anything sinister in that. I think he's falling backwards. His legs are going to come up off the ground.
That's exactly the point being made by Kimmich to the referee.
But he's going to have to be very careful. You can only be involved in so many situations, Simon, without incurring another card just by virtue of that. So I think Josh Kimmich now needs to just get to half-time and settle himself down.
It's into Mbappe, and Hummels was there, and Neuer in control of the situation, casually rolls the ball out of the penalty area, but N'Golo Kante, there's nothing casual about him as he reclaims possession for France. Adrien Rabiot spreading the play. Less than 5 minutes remaining of the opening half in Munich as Pogba sends it forward. Here's Karim Benzema, just forced a little bit wider than he would have liked.
Great ball. Lovely spot, wasn't it? And Karim Benzema, uncharacteristically, was a little clumsy with that touch.
Now here comes Robin Gosens once more. Bit of space here for Gundogan. Kimmich jabbing it into the penalty area, half away. Shot on the turn there from Kai Havertz. Germany looking to finish the first half with a flourish. Back with Müller. Now Havertz. Kroos in some space. Serge Gnabry. Just looks for an opening, and at the same time waits for a challenge. But France are able to break with Mbappe. Benzema just ahead of him, Griezmann as well, Pogba arriving. Plenty of white shirts back.
Yeah, he could have hit full throttle there, couldn't he, Mbappe, and kept going, but decided to to keep the ball. Half-time is just a few minutes away.
Germany have mostly been held at arm's length, haven't they,
have.
France, really?
Yep. What they haven't done really is stretch that French back line. They haven't really been able to disrupt it. They've had one or two little half situations, but without really creating a chance.
Kroos is having quite the battle with Pogba. Here's Hernandez. And Varane, who's played in and won 3 Champions League finals with Real Madrid. They've won the Champions Cup 4 times during his time there. He was injured for the final in 2016, missed that one. Decent ball here to Paul Pogba.
I do like the way the French team, they play short and then every now and again they go long. They're prepared to go that little bit more direct. That was a great spot from Varane into Pogba, raking 50-yard pass. And I think if you mix your game up, then you become that harder to predict. You really do. So that's good play from the French team.
Pavard with the throw, and the flag goes up against Paul Pogba, who was already in quite deep discussion with the assistant even before it was taken.
Not quite sure what that was about. It might have been a previous situation. Yeah, it's a good flag. It's a good call.
It certainly wasn't Pogba getting the last word there. Germany's free kick. Last minute of the opening 45.
Interesting first 45 minutes, Simon. It's the sort of game you can't take your eyes off for a split second. The quality out there, something can happen in a moment.
Rudiger. Here's Kimmich. Well, certainly gave absolutely everything to try and keep the ball in play.
Just a little...
That is what Paul Pogba was complaining about. Rudiger.
Just appeared to almost bite the back of his shirt there just for a split second. Not with any genuine force, I must say. However, it's unnecessary. And it's the sort of thing that you can get yourself in trouble with.
Absolutely. We're playing just a minimum of 1 added minute here at the end of the opening period. This is Hummels. Is there time for one last attack for Germany? Can they test Hugo Lloris? What would be really for the first time in the game, to be honest.
Yeah. Lots of possession for the German team without penetration so far.
Yeah, no real cutting edge from Germany up to now. Again, the referee allows the game to continue. Forward by Hummels. Lovely little flick there, not quite coming off from Gnabry. And there goes the half-time whistle. And the tournament favourites have started well. They have the lead in this big marquee matchup. An unfortunate own goal deflecting in off Mats Hummels of Germany 20 minutes into the game, giving the world champions the lead in Munich. They of course have carried a threat in the opening half. Who wouldn't, with the likes of Mbappe and Benzema playing up front? Germany have been held at arm's length for the most part, and at the break it is France who lead Germany by 1-0.
Strong connection build strong relation. Uninterrupted connection. Uninterrupted learning. Non-stop communication. Non-stop uploading. Non-stop downloading. Faster streaming. Faster gaming. Do whatever you think because this is Dish Home's FiberNet.
प्लास्टर लगाउनु पर्छ नि इनको ज्ञान भन्दा पहिले यो विज्ञान अपनाऊ बर्जर वाटरप्रुफिङ पहिले मोइस्चर मिटरले वाटर पर्सेन्टेज को जाँच अनि बर्जर होम शील्ड को साइन्टिफिक सोलुसन हत्तेरी बर्जर होम शील्ड वाटरप्रुफिङ को साइन्टिफिक सोलुसन अब वारेन्टी को साथ त अब नो ज्ञान ओन्ली विज्ञान
नेहा एब्सेन्ट म्याम
यति धेरै बच्चाहरू एब्सेन्ट
बिमारी जुन फैलिरहेको छ एकबाट अर्कोलाई कसरी लड्ने
बिमारीसँग लड्नु छ भने बिमार फैलाउने भाइरससँग लड्नुस् जुन छुँदाखेरि पनि फैलिन्छ त्यसैले बारम्बार लाइफ बोय भाइरस फाइटर यसले भाइरससँग लड्छ र तपाईलाई सुरक्षा गर्छ संसारकै नम्बर 1 सेलिङ जर्म प्रोटेक्सन सोप ब्रान्ड
एक्सक्युज मी यो महिला सिट हो लेखेको पनि छ
कहाँ खै हामीले त देखेनौ
लातको भूत जब कुरा सुन्दैन थरै लाइट फालौ साँच्चीकै ओ देखाउ बत्तीसी बन्छ काम हाँसेसी
ह्याप्पी डेन्ट वाइफ देखाउ बत्तीसी बन्छ काम हाँसेसी
साथ साथ सदाभरको जोड्छ सम्बन्ध यो सुरक्षाको आभास हो लक्ष्मी स्टिल नेपालकै ग्यारेन्टेड नम्बर 1 क्वालिटी सिमेन्ट को हरेक कणमा सबैभन्दा बढी मजबुती भएको सर्वोत्तम सिमेन्ट सर्वोत्तम मजबुती
मेरो हिरो सुपर स्प्लेन्डर मेरो हिरो कति प्यारो अरु पनि होला राम्रो तर पनि मेरै हिरो प्यारो पहाडेर ओहो तर कति सुन्दर हाम्रो बाधा भने कति हो त्यसैले हिरो सुपर स्प्लेन्डर नै प्यारो हामीमा छ हिरो
नेपालको अति लोकप्रिय मोटरसाइकल हिरो सुपर स्प्लेन्डर
घर आइपुग्यो
तिम्रो साथ रहिरहुला
Dish Home, खुशीको कनेक्सन
तक्मेजी लास्टै कन्जुस उनको परिवार सधैँ उदास
कति मार्छौ आफ्ना रहरहरू आज म पूरा गर्छु के चाहिएको छ भन छोरी स्कुटर छोरा तँलाई के चाहियो
मलाई गिटार अनि ना फोन जिन्स सर्ट पनि
श्रीमती जी 1914 वटा अर्डर
नो वरीज दराज एपमा गर्नुहोस् स्मार्ट इजी एन्ड सेफ शपिङ 47 भन्दा बढी सहरहरूमा हुन्छ ह्यासल फ्री डेलिभरी सो व्हाई वेट दराज एप तुरुन्तै डाउनलोड गर्नुहोस् दराज ह्यापी शपिङ
एकै नासको गुणस्तर दिन आफैले विद्युत उत्पादन गर्ने सर्वोत्तम सिमेन्ट सर्वोत्तम मजबुती
जसरी मौसम बदलिन्छ नि जिन्दगीका अवसरहरू खुसी पनि थपिँदै जान्छ सम्बन्ध चाहिँ बल्यो बन्दै पियु र सिलिकन प्रविधियुक्त बर्जर वेदरकोट लङ लाइफ घाम पानी छेक्छ 10 वर्ष टिक्छ
सर्वोत्तम गुणस्तरको आफ्नै चुन्डुङ्गा खानी भएको सर्वोत्तम सिमेन्ट सर्वोत्तम मजबुती
टिभीमा हेरौँ न म्याच मेरो सिरियल त सक्यो त
You sure? Okay, म यहीँबाट कास्ट गर्छु है त। Favorite team?
डिश होमका ग्राहकहरूले तपाईँ जहाँ भए पनि डिश होम गो मार्फत मोबाइलमै टिभी हेर्नुहोस्। डिश होम, खुसीको कनेक्सन।
नेहा
यति धेरै बच्चाहरू एब्सेन्ट।
बिमारी जुन फैलिरहेको छ एकबाट अर्कोलाई कसरी लड्ने?
बिमारीसँग लड्नु छ भने बिमार फैलाउने भाइरससँग लड्नुस् जुन छुँदाखेरि पनि फैलिन्छ। त्यसैले बारम्बार लाइफ बोय भाइरस फाइटर, यसले भाइरससँग लड्छ र तपाईलाई सुरक्षा गर्छ। संसारकै नम्बर 1 सेलिङ जम्प प्रोटेक्सन सोप ब्रान्ड।
विश्वास यो टुट्दैन कहिले, साथ यो रहिरहन्छ जहिले, सधैँ सँगै रहने बाचा हो लक्ष्मी। लक्ष्मी स्टिल, नेपालकै ग्यारेन्टेड नम्बर 1 क्वालिटी। एक्सरे प्रविधिद्वारा सिमेन्टको गुणस्तर परीक्षण गर्ने सर्वोत्तम सिमेन्ट सर्वोत्तम मजबुती।
कुन च्यानल हो यो?
यो च्यानल होइन, डिश होमको एक्सपिओडी हो।
के हेर्न मिल्छ त डिश होम एक्सपिओडीमा? यति धेरै कन्टेन्टहरू? प्लिज
टिभी मात्र होइन डिश होम, यसको स्ट्रिमिङ भिडियो अन डिमान्ड सर्भिसमा हेर्न पाउनुहुन्छ हजारौं घण्टाका कन्टेन्टहरू, लोकप्रिय कार्यक्रमहरू, एक्सक्लुसिभ सिरिज तथा मुभिजहरू। डिश होम, खुसीको कनेक्सन।
प्लास्टर लगाउनु पर्छ नि। यिनको ज्ञान भन्दा पहिले यो विज्ञान अपनाऊ। बर्जर वाटरप्रुफिङ, पहिले मोइस्चर मिटरले वाटर पर्सेन्टेजको जाँच, अनि बर्जर होम शिल्डको साइन्टिफिक सोल्युसन। हत्तेरी, बर्जर होम शिल्ड वाटरप्रुफिङको साइन्टिफिक सोल्युसन अब वारेन्टीको साथ। त अब नो ज्ञान, ओन्ली विज्ञान। ज्वाला बनी बहिरहन्छ रग रग, हर पल हर क्षण मजबुत लक्ष्मी। लक्ष्मी स्टिल, नेपालकै ग्यारेन्टेड नम्बर 1 क्वालिटी।
नेहा
यति धेरै बच्चाहरू एब्सेन्ट।
बिमारी जुन फैलिरहेको छ एकबाट अर्कोलाई कसरी लड्ने?
बिमारीसँग लड्नु छ भने बिमार फैलाउने भाइरससँग लड्नुस् जुन छुँदाखेरि पनि फैलिन्छ। त्यसैले बारम्बार लाइफ बोय भाइरस फाइटर, यसले भाइरससँग लड्छ र तपाईलाई सुरक्षा गर्छ। संसारकै नम्बर 1 सेलिङ जम्प प्रोटेक्सन सोप ब्रान्ड।
सिमेन्टको हरेक कणमा सबैभन्दा बढी मजबुती भएको सर्वोत्तम सिमेन्ट सर्वोत्तम मजबुती।
अझै ढिला। खै मेरो ल्यापटप दिनुहोस् त, म डिसम हेर्छु। थ्याङ्क यू, म सिरिज हेर्छु। बल्ल मजा आयो।
अब डिश होमका ग्राहकहरूले टिभीमा मात्र होइन, कम्प्युटर, ट्याबमा पनि हेर्न सक्नुहुनेछ। डिश होम, खुसीको कनेक्सन।
एक्सक्युज मी, यो महिला सिट हो, लेखेको पनि छ।
कहाँ? खै हामीले त देखेनौ।
लातको भूत जब कुरा सुन्दैन थरै लाइट पालौ साँच्चीकै। ओ देखाउ बत्तीसी बन्छ काम हाँसेसी।
ह्याप्पी डेन्ट वाइट, देखाउ बत्तीसी बन्छ काम हाँसेसी।
रमाइलो भएको छ जिन्दगी जबदेखि फ्यामिलीमा आयो डेस्टिनी। मनले जे माग्छ बाटो भएको छ whole lot of fun and दामी नयाँ बाटोमा निक्लेका छौँ हामी
Presenting Nepal's first family scooter with revolutionary i3S technology, Hero Destiny.
हात हात मिलाई काँध काँध मिलाई अटुट छ सम्बन्ध लक्ष्मी
Lakshmi Steel, नेपालकै guaranteed #1 quality.
जसरी मौसम बदलिन्छ नि जिन्दगीका अवसरहरू खुसी पनि थपिँदै थपिँदै जान्छ सम्बन्ध चाहिँ बलियो बलियो बन्दै PU र सिलिकन प्रविधियुक्त बर्जर वेदरकोट लङ लाइफ घाम पानी छेक्छ 10 वर्ष टिक्छ
एकै नासको गुणस्तर दिन आफैले विद्युत उत्पादन गर्ने सर्वोत्तम सिमेन्ट सर्वोत्तम मजबुती
Strong connection builds strong relation. Uninterrupted connection. Uninterrupted learning. Non-stop communication. Non-stop uploading. Non-stop downloading. Faster streaming. Faster gaming. Do whatever you think, because this is Dish Home's FiberNet.
He runs. He jumps. Flips, fly. He dreams. Everyone dreams, but very few have passion to achieve it. Wow Energy Drink, Nepal's first energy drink. Drink well, live well.
Euro 2020 छाउँदैछ हरेक फुटबलमै हुँदैछ गाउँ सहरमा मेरो समर्थन मेरो मनको अर्को देशलाई शुभकामना छ मेरो मनको अर्को देशलाई बस एक गोल ज्यादा काफी छ गेम जित्नलाई मेरो मनको दोस्रो देशमाथि उठ्नलाई त्यसैले गोल जति होस् हाम्रो एक ज्यादा होस्
Action Sports च्यानलमा आफ्नो मनको दोस्रो देशलाई चियर गर्नुहोस् साथै डिश होमको एपबाट आफ्नो मोबाइल वा ल्यापटपमा 7 दिनसम्मका म्याचहरू हाइलाइट्स र प्रिपोस्ट प्रोग्राम पनि हेर्न सक्नुहुनेछ अब जहाँ भए पनि कहिले छुट्ने छैन गेम डिश होम खुशीको कनेक्सन
Welcome back as the teams venture out for the second half. France with the narrow lead, but you sense potentially more to come if needed from them. And as a little aside, they've only ever lost once at a European Championship tournament when winning at half-time. That was against the Netherlands back in 2000. Mats Hummels there was the hero in the 2014 World Cup quarter-final, scoring the only goal to knock France out. He's not feeling quite so happy at the moment because it was off his shin that France scored their goal 20 minutes in.
Yeah, it was an awkward cross to deal with and he just couldn't adjust in time, Mats Hummels, and as you say, that last touch came off him, and that's the difference between the two teams. I do think France have had a better balance. They've looked the more composed team. Germany have got to find more solutions at the top of the field. They haven't quite got that yet.
No changes made by either head coach during the half-time break. So Jogi Löw sticking with the players that started the match, and he's not going to make any changes at the moment with the players at the top end of the field, the players who found it difficult to really trouble the French defence.
Yeah, Serge Gnabry in particular. So often we see him roaming perhaps off of one side. He's been a little bit more central so far and not been able to make those runs and receive anything where he can turn and maybe have a second to work Hugo Lloris.
Here's Presnel Kimpembe. And now Rabiot. Hernandez. Lloris sending that one straight to Gundogan, and now Havertz finds Thomas Muller looking for Gnabry, but again N'Golo Kanté was there to help to tidy up. Knocked down by Mbappe, and the nudge forward by Rabiot. First chance for Mbappe to stretch his legs in the second half, up against Mats Hummels, who's not sure which way to turn, but is at least able to hold up the French number 10 for now.
Yeah, he did very well in the end there, Mats Hummels.
Goodness me, he's keeping on his toes, isn't he?
He certainly is, and you know, Mbappe there was at full speed running at him in the box, and that's I think the most difficult striker in the world to deal with in that situation.
Didier Deschamps, who lifted the trophy in 2000 as the captain, looking to lead them to success as the head coach now, just as he did in the World Cup 3 years ago, having won it when they were hosts in 1998. Rudiger. It's in towards Gnabry, but Varane makes sure it doesn't get anywhere near him.
I've been impressed with the French team without the ball. I think they've had a good shape and good discipline with their defensive work. They haven't afforded Germany any lapses in concentration or gifted them anything of any nature.
Havertz losing out, falls at the feet of Gundogan, and Germany back to square one with Rudiger again. Now Hummels, he's got Ginter on the near side, Kimmich just ahead of him, Muller nearby. It's in towards Gnabry, but a little out of reach.
Sometimes you can split the two front men, and I would be tempted to do that, to allow Havertz and Gnabry to split and play Thomas Muller a fraction deeper.
That's a tidy turn from Pogba. Into Karim Benzema. Pavard venturing forward as well, but Neuer with time to get the ball away. On by Muller.
But all the time it is one, Simon, and it doesn't matter how frustrated you are, how tough you're finding it. When you're only one goal down in a split-second top-class international football, that can change. That can change very, very quickly. So Germany will keep going, they will keep believing, and they will be patient when they have to, but it's just a moment and they can be back in this game.
Yeah, really is a top-class game, this one, in terms of the personnel involved for the two squads. 41 of the 52 players in the two squads played in the Champions League this season. Here's Hummels, who is with Borussia Dortmund these days, but he's got some tracking back to do, and Rabiot just lost control of the ball.
What a chance that was. He'd done really well initially, Rabiot, to rob Hummels, and it would have given Ginter a genuine problem because they were 2-on-1 there, but he just overrun it.
This is Raphael Varane. Now Pavard, flag up straight away against Mbappe.
That's very close, very, very close.
Kroos finding Muller. He'll take the return from Gnabry. Ilkay Gundogan. Kimmich. This is Ginter. Floating that one in, but Varane able to get his head on the ball. Mbappe back helping out. Referee not falling for any attempts to win free kicks from players from either side so far in this match at all. He's a number of times he's just signalled to them to get up and get on with the game.
He has, which is good. I like that.
Well, we look there from Jogi Löw to the man who will replace him after this tournament, Hansi Flick, who had such success with Bayern Munich.
Did.
He will be the new national coach of the Mannschaft after the Euro finishes. Julian Nagelsmann taking over as the head coach of Bayern Munich. Here comes Adrien Rabiot for France. Alarm bells ringing for Germany. And a lucky let-off as the ball bounces off the post. Rabiot clean through on goal.
He's onside. You have a decision. He either fires that across to Griezmann immediately or takes the shot himself. Griezmann is unhappy. He didn't receive the pass because he felt he would have had a tap in. I tend to agree. But once Rabiot ignores Griezmann, he's got to do a little better with that. That's a big chance.
Big chance to score what would have been his first international goal. A ball's width away from making it 2-0 for France.
Didn't quite catch the shot, did he? It wasn't ideally placed between his feet for that shot, and he's a little unlucky. He may feel, but I don't think he actually quite hit it as he wanted to. But I think he would have been better served, Simon. As soon as he received that pass, if he just puts that in front of Antoine Griezmann, I think they go 2-0 up.
Let off there for Germany. Antonio Rudiger. Maybe to leave it for Gundogan. Kroos. This is Robin Gosens, and it's all too easy for Rabiot to collect and Conte to just roll it forward. It's in towards Benzema, but Hummels was in smartly for Germany. Toni Kroos, Havertz. This is Muller. Muller makes the run. The ball finds its way to Serge Gnabry. That's the closest Germany have come to scoring.
And that's the first time Serge Gnabry has had a chance with the ball in front of him to work Hugo Lloris. And as that ball is floated across, all that is on his mind is, can I make good contact? He actually goes with his side foot